hoping this is going to work. I'm not quite sure what to do about this kind of black bit on the side. I will have to look into this a little bit. I'm not quite sure what setting I need to change. But as this is the first go, we'll just see how we go. Right, what I'm going to show is a couple of cards that I've made today for my new class, which was little thank yous. So I made 2 cards, 2 little gift treat. I'm not really sure what you want to call, just little tokens to say thank you. If you're interested in having a look at that class, I will just pop a link to my Stampin' Up page for you to get the details from that. If you just bear with me 1 second. I'm not sure if that's going to appear on there or not. If not, I will sort something a little bit later. Oh, here we go. I can post it in the comments on the side. Okay, this is all a bit new. So, first thing, yeah, this is the card we're going to make first. And what you're going to need for this is a piece of Whisper White, which is 6 3/4 by 4 1/4 inches, which is 17 centimeters by 10.8 centimeters. You're going to need a piece of coloured cardstock. Now I've used mint macaron, and this is 4 1/8 by 3 1/4, which is 10.5 centimeters by 8.3. You're going to need another little piece of Whisper White, which is 4.3 inches, 4 inches by 3 inches, which is 10.2 by 7.6. Right, got there in the end. The stamp set I'm going to use for this one is the 6-sided sampler stamp set, which is that one there. As you can see, the cover's filthy. It's been a well-loved stamp set, this one. Okay, and the 2 ink colours I'm going to use are the mint macaron and tip top taupe. So they're the 2 we're going to use. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to make a card base with this. You could go and score it if you want, find out what your middle will be and score it that way. I'm, for just easiness sake, just going to do it like this. I really need to clean my bone folder as well. It is filthy. Ink marks all over it. Okay, so we've got our card base. So we now need to get our piece of mint macaron. Really do need to do something with this to make it maybe zoom out more. I might try and actually hook my proper camera up because it's kind of awkward only having a little bit of space to work on. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to use a Tombow just to glue that on. This has got to be my all-time favourite glue. Absolutely love it. There we go. Oh, you see I've got a little smudge of something on there. If it's off my nails, I seem to be making marks. Luckily that's going to be covered up, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll move that to one side, and we're now going to want to do our stamping. Here's the stuff info where I put the stamps then. Okay, so I'm going to pick out, let's start with this one. And macaron. Oh, it always makes me happy to pop the lid on one of these stamp pads. One. Let's go with this one next. And then I'm going to do a row in the light brown. Now if I put one here, I can see there where I want the other ones to line up. That looks really dark, but it will dry a little bit lighter than that. So that's kind of, you know, once it's dried it will lighten up a bit. Let's have this nice flowery one. Now, I'm not too worried about these being really precise. Oh, I wasn't going to put that one there. Never mind. But if you are worried about them being precise, or if you're not, if you've lined one up and it's not quite gone right, you can use. Let me put these things out of my way. Okay, so you can use the Stampin' Jig. Awesome name, right? Okay, so what you do with this is you ink up your stamp, you get your clear panel, and you line it up like so. Put it into the corner, put your stamp right into the corner of it, and press down. Okay. So let's imagine I want to go back over this one here because it's not quite lined up. So I'd line up my image with the sheet. You put the little where am I going? Square bit up against the square of the clear plastic. You lift that out of the way, and then you line up your stamp block with the corner and press down, and it will push exactly the same image. So like sometimes you press and you don't quite get the full image, or if you want a specific stamp or say a word just in a certain place, that's the best way to do that. Okay, let's put the other three, the other colour on. Let's have this alphabet one. Let's go back to our green. There we go. And again, if I line it in the middle first. Oh, that was a bit of luck, because I actually didn't look to make sure I had the alphabet the right way around. Oops. Like you see there, I haven't quite pushed it down because I hesitated, thinking, oh no, I didn't look. I'm going to have upside down letters. Which actually wouldn't have made a difference because I could have just turned the panel the other way. But never mind. Okay, so I'm going to have to redo that one. Should I get this the right way? Go that way. Okay. This is what happens when I talk instead of just concentrating. I make a mess. That looks good. work. Awesome. Oh, I still haven't quite got that button bit. Oh, and it moves slightly. Okay, that was a big mess. That does work, I promise. It's just me being useless. But that's okay, we'll cover that bit up in a minute. We'll put our sentiment there. I think there must be something with this stamp. It's just not wanting to... I'll have to have a look at that. Right, let's go back to brown ink. We'll have one there. Well, I think we'll use that same one again down there. Oh, let's see, what do we need? Let's have one more green one. What colour? Where's my spotty one gone? Oh, I'll use that one. Okay. There we go. Right. That was stuck everywhere now. Ugh. Okay, so the reason the back of my stamps are really sticky, because you can hear them being stuck to everything. When I first got them, I stuck these bits onto the back like you're supposed to. But what I found is once I put those on, I couldn't always get them to stick to my block. So I took them all back off and stuck them to the packet so I could put them all in the right place. And then on the back of my stamps just like that. But they still have a bit of the sticky residue on the back, so they do kind of super stick to everything. You can hear me slurping them all off the paper. Okay, now I want that one, and I want that one. Right, we need a little bit of Whisper White, which I haven't got out. Let's see if I've got a scrap. Yes, there we go. Okay, so just put that to one side for a second even. I can't even speak today. We'll go with a bit of brown. So okay, when I refer to the frame hexagon, which if you look at the class, this is the one I'm talking about, because it kind of just frames whatever sentiment you put in the middle quite nicely. I don't think it actually has an official name, but that's just the one I mean. Okay, I'll just move this over here to make sure I get it lined up right. Ah, that'll do. That's good enough. You don't need to look too perfect. Okay, now what I need is my hexagon punch, which is this one here. I love these punches. Okay, so slide in. I'm going to end up having to do a few of these because you're going to squeeze them with the shoot off all over the place. Right. Let's move that out of the way for a minute. And just put my inks away because otherwise I'm going to end up with them all over me. Okay. So what we're going to do now, is we're going to stick this panel onto here. Okay, we'll just have a little bit of Tombow. Like so. And this little one here, we're going to cover up that little mistake from earlier. Let's just grab a couple of dimensionals on the back. I think we're just going to pop it just there. There we go. So that's our first little card made. So there's the other variation of it. Quite similar. The next card that's in the class is, let me just grab it. This little one here. So this time the colours I've used are the Whisper White, obviously, and this one here is Watermelon Wonder. This is one of the in colours for 2015 to 2017. I've used the same stamp set again. So what you're going to need for this one is a clean piece of paper first. There we go. Where's my measurements? Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of Whisper White that is 8 inches by 4 inches, which is 20.3 centimetres by 10.2 centimetres. A piece of Watermelon Wonder. You're going to, I've just done a strip that's 1.5 inches, which is 3.8 centimetres. I'm actually going to make 4 1.5 inch or 3.8 centimetre squares out of this piece. And that's it for the papers. And then, no, that's not it for the papers. You need a bit of scrap or a little piece of the Whisper White to stamp out the 5, can't even count today, the 5 hexagons that can go onto the top. So I'm just going to use some of my my offcuts rather than cutting into a new sheet if I can. I might just get them out of that. Okay, so first thing, the same as last time, we're going to make our card base. So you can either score this, because this will be a 4 by 4, so you can either score it at 4 or just do as I'm doing and put it in half and just use your paper folder. As my phone going to sit and play away to itself for a few minutes. Just 1 second. Okay, whoever it is isn't leaving me a message, so that's fine. Right. Next job. It's throwing me now. Right, cutting our little squares. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I want a paper trimmer. And we're going to do every 1.5 until I've got 4 squares. There we go. Okay, so they're going to go on like so. So we need to do our stamping now. Let's get ink. I've put the stamp set away. What a wally. We need to use that. Okay. What for will we use? I think we'll go for that one. That one. that one and that one. Slightly different, but almost the same as what I used previously. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp those up. These stamp pads are so juicy. They're getting such a mess. Those 4, and I'm hoping I should have maybe put those a bit closer together to have got the last one out of that. Let's just see if I can punch those out. Good. There we go. Those 4. Am I going to be able to get that one on there? Let's see. If I put it at a different angle, maybe. Yes, I can. This time I'm going to use the thanks, and I'm going to use the little hello. Let's see. Hello, sweet friend one. Okay. So we have a hello, sweet friend. And again, just going to come in with the punch. And pop that one out. Now you can use the tear and tape paper. I'm just going to grab my Tombow again because it's here, it's by my hand. Let's just line these up a little bit. And if you want these perfect, you can measure the distance between the edges. I'm just not really that bothered. If it looks slightly off, it's slightly off. It will just look quirky. There we go, that's close enough. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we need dimensionals again. Okay, and we'll just whack a couple on the back of each of these. I think I was like really stingy and only put one on the back of the others earlier. Kind of getting a bit panicky because this is my last sheet. And I have ordered more. I keep looking at the update and it's telling me they're still picking. So I'm not sure when I'm actually going to get, but hopefully it won't be long and I will have enough of these to last me until it arrives. Okay, let's pick all the bags off. Right, I'll have that one up there for a minute. I should maybe have done this before starting to take one off. Have that one down there. We'll pop this one at the top. Nope, not the whole finger. One there. And then our last one over the sentiment just pops in the middle like so. And there you have it. So that's our 2 cards. All done. Now there are a couple of little gifts that come with the class. I'm actually going to make a separate video for those and get that uploaded at some point in the next couple of days. And you will have to either check back here or come and have a look on my blog, which I will post in like the information bit of this, because obviously this will archive as soon as I've finished streaming. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're interested in buying any of Stampin' Up products and you're in Europe, or you think you might quite like, you would like to give a try at being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, then feel free to drop me an email or a message through my website, and we can talk about that. Right, until next time then, thank you.